I'm gonna be brutally honest with a lot of these make money online side hustles. Most of them are complete garbage and they're actually designed to separate you from your money and not help you make. You've tried drop shipping, you lost money on ads, Amazon FBA, or even realized that you just need 20,000 just to get started on one of these Amazon automation stores. Which if you were one of those people that bought one of those Amazon automation stores, I am so sorry for you. Or even worse, you ended up joining an MLM and you annoyed all of your friends for nothing. The US Small Business Administration says only 4% of side businesses ever generate $10,000 plus per month in revenue, yet everyone seems to be a millionaire on Instagram. So I get why a lot of people are skeptical about anything just in general related to promises and making money online. But the difference with TikTok Shop Affiliate in particular is you don't need any experience, you don't need any money up front, you don't need to sell to people you know. It's 100% profit margin business, and you're selling on the most insane algorithm that anybody has ever seen. Since February of 2024, I've made over $400,000 in commissions just by making videos on my phone every single day. I've students like Trevor, where I made a video where he went from complete beginner to his first 8K per month very quickly, and even my 70-year-old grandma consistently does 40K plus GMV. You can watch that video if you don't believe me. The difference between this and every other opportunity you've tried, right? This one genuinely works because brands desperately need people to promote their products, and they're willing to pay serious commissions just to get those results. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly why TikTok Shop is the only side hustle that's probably worth your time in 2025, why it works when most other things are failing, and how complete beginners are building real income without any prior experience at all in the slightest. So if you're new here, my name is Kade Wiley. I help part-time and also some full-time TikTok Shop affiliates build consistent, five-figure monthly income. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. The problem with a lot of these other business models, again, I've done a lot of the business models myself. I started making money online in around 2020. I started with reselling sneakers, and then I eventually moved into Amazon FBA. I've tried drop shipping. Like every single business model you can probably think of, I have tested or done at some point in another. So here's what I've learned after doing many of these business models myself. And I got to a point where I took some of these other business models to $5,000-$6,000 a month, but there's a couple big problems that come up. So for example, with Amazon FBA, you have to spend a ton of money on inventory. Now, looking back at this probably was not the smartest decision in the slightest. But when I was in college, I was spending all this money on Amazon inventory. It got to a point where, I had literally $20,000 in credit card debt. Now I look back now, and I would not recommend that in the slightest, right? Like genuinely $20,000 in credit card debt, buying inventory for products that I would then sell on Amazon. So for most people, if that doesn't work out, you're down to nothing. You're down to less than nothing. You're down to negatives, right? So that's one of the biggest problems with that. There's a lot of factors that you can't control. A lot of these other business models, again, for example, dropship, it requires a lot of different skills. You got to learn how to build a Shopify site. You got to learn how to actually market, how to set up Facebook ads, how to read data on Meta, and how to actually be a media buyer. There's a lot of these things that come together, and you need to know how to do product research, and you also need to know how to deal with customers, angry customers who are upset that their product from China took 45 days to get to them, right? So I'm not saying that you can't make money. I'm just saying there's a lot of skills involved in doing that. With TikTok Shop specifically, at its simplest, it comes down to one specific skill. Can you make content and speak into a camera? That's it. The algorithm is so powerful that it shows your videos to the people that actually want to buy that product. So it's one of the few business models where there is one direct skill involved. And oftentimes those are the best intro business models for people to start. And the beautiful part about TikTok Shop specifically is it's not just made for beginners. There are people like myself who have made serious money on TikTok Shop and even turned it into a full-time thing because the business model was that powerful. That's how good the algorithm is. And that's how early we are. With a lot of these other business models, a lot of the crazy money was made in the early stages. You look back to dropshipping 2017, Amazon FBA 2018, 2019, 2020, TikTok Shop 2024, 2025. The people that made the real money were the ones that got good at it quickly, and they were on it before everybody else was already on it. And so this goes back to it. You don't have to talk to anyone. All you got to do is talk to the camera, right? So TikTok Shop takes care of everything, and TikTok Shop has done a very good job of providing the infrastructure for all these brands, for all the affiliates. There's a lot of things that could be improved in general, but if you really think about it, they created this whole platform where you can get paid out directly on the app. You never have to leave the app. You can request samples. They did something that a lot of other platforms like Meta at the time of making this video has not been able to figure out. So that's very impressive, and for you as an affiliate, it allows you to focus on one thing. You don't have to worry about fulfillment. You don't have to worry about customer service. You don't have to worry about, upfront upfront manufacturing costs. So this is why this is one of the best business models you can possibly do, whether you're a beginner. And again, because of the time period that we're at right now, you can make real life-changing money just by being good at it. Because we are so early, a lot of the affiliates, I would argue that probably 95% of affiliates that do this are very, very bad. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. You got blurry cameras, you got your person, you're like just mumbling into the camera. You've got a shaky camera. It doesn't even work. You don't even link the product on the video. Like that's what 95% of people are at right now. Now, if you haven't started TikTok Shop yet, I know you're probably thinking this sounds entirely too good to be true because you've been burned by stuff before. And I know if you have started, but you've been running in circles after joining a bunch of Discord saying, I don't even know what I know, or I don't even know what I don't know, you're probably wondering, is this even going to work for you at all in the first place? That's exactly why I launched this mentorship program for the people who are serious about finally committing to something and just making it work. It's designed for people who've tried, all the generic advice, who just actually want direct guidance. What do I need to do to get out of the rut and actually hit the big numbers on TikTok Shop? So we do weekly one-on-one calls and then also group sessions as well, where I show you exactly how to avoid the mistakes that keep people stuck, making nothing or not making the amount that they want online. So the group is full of people who are skeptical at first, but now genuinely are building real income on TikTok Shop. I mean this, like we genuinely can't take everyone who reaches out because the amount of time and attention that everybody gets would drastically suffer. But this is for people who are tired of stopping posting and praying and actually want to get something that's proven. Obviously, it's designed to help you make far more than you invest to learn the system. So if you are tired of wasting time on things that just don't work, the link is in the description for that. But back to actually why this works. And the best part about TikTok Shop affiliates specifically is it's not like you're not wanted, right? Nobody really likes drop shippers, right? People are buying the products if they knew it was drop shipping, like, man, these guys just suck. Like nobody likes drop shippers. Nobody really likes Amazon FBA people, right? But in general, brands specifically really need TikTok Shop affiliates, and they're desperate for them because they don't know anything about content. They don't know anything about the TikTok Shop platform. They know how to run ads, but the kind of style of content that's being done on TikTok Shop is slightly different than Meta ads. It's not like UGC ads. It's not all these cheesy, ads that you see on Meta for the past 6+ years, right? It's different styles of content. So brands are really desperate for affiliates that know what they're doing, right? And again, that goes back to the concept of most affiliates are really bad. So if you are a good affiliate making a couple $1,000s a month, like brands will beg for you, right? So a lot of times you have all the upper leverage in terms of what you can ask for. So many times I've gone to brands and basically got from, instead of a 20% commission, I upped it to 30%, which you're like, oh, 10%. But that 10% difference is me making 50% more. I got a 50% pay bump by sending one message. And what other business model can you make 50% more by sending one message? And sometimes it's even more. You can ask for retainers. You can ask for all these other things, right? So if you become a good affiliate, you have all the leverage in the world, and brands are in desperate need of quality affiliates because TikTok Shop is such a good opportunity that brands are willing to spend boatloads and boatloads and boatloads of money to try to get themselves to scale up on TikTok Shop. Look, I am not going to claim in the slightest that you're going to make millions to quit your job in 30 days. Most people who try this will quit, and that's the sad reality before they see real results, just like I see with every other opportunity, right? But if you're tired of posting and praying and going nowhere extremely fast, right, and you want to build actual, consistent, repeatable income online, TikTok Shop truly is the real deal. So I'm not making any income claims, and the truth is most people watching this won't even take action, let alone actually start making a ton of money. But what you will have is the direct lessons from me and access to people like myself and some of my students like Ashley and Tyreek, who have all done over 20K per month in their sleep month after month as an affiliate. So if you want to run a business with basically 100% profit margins and take advantage of a once in a generation gold rush for yourself, your best shot at success is getting around people who are where you want to be. So if that sounds like something you might want to be a part of, you can click the first link in the bio to apply for the program. So we'll get on a call. I'll review your situation, show you exactly how to actually avoid the mistakes that keep people stuck making nothing or nowhere near what they want to online. So make sure to subscribe for more honest content, about building real income on TikTok Shop, and I'll see you in the next video.